In this example, we want to calculate May's final mark. We have her term 1 through term 3 out of 25, so we need to add these. We also need to adjust the marks by up to 2 to allow for an unfair test. And then we need to add the average test mark for term 4. We know that all calculations start with an equal sign. So type the equal sign and you are halfway there. Now we are trying to add, and the sum function is ideal. So then we type sum, and now on to the second row. After function name, you always have an open bracket. And where you have an open bracket, you must have a closed bracket. Inside these brackets, we put all the values we want to work with. Excel calls these arguments. The arguments can be values, cell references, or even other calculations. The best way to enter them is to select. So let's select the marks for term 1 to term 3. Note that we get B3:D3. The colon indicates a range. In other words, everything from B3 up to and including D3. So far, nice and easy. Now we want to also add the adjustment. But we can't use a colon, so how do we do it? How do we tell Excel and another value? The answer is a comma. When you have more than one argument inside the brackets, you separate them with a comma. Different functions will allow or require different numbers of arguments. The sum function will actually allow up to 255 arguments. So we type comma 2. But it is generally better to click on the cell so we can easily modify the adjustment. We have to include one more argument, and that is the mark for term 4. But now we have an interesting problem. We don't have the mark for term 4, which is the average of the other 3 tests. So we need to get the average. Well, that's okay, because you can put a function inside another function. It's called nesting functions. So we type our comma, and type AV, down arrow, tab, and because we are using a function, we must have an open bracket. But we don't need another equal sign. Now select the things we want to get an average of, so select E3:G3. And lastly, where we have an open bracket, you must have a closed bracket. And a great hint is that the last bracket must always be black.